Hey, Jay here. We are with a really cool bike, and that's a KTM 150SX. This is really fun. It kind of looks like a gas. It's a 2018, so you can't update it to the newer plastics to make it look like a gas. But we built this thing for Vital MX, and you can see some of the photos that we have from the thing that Michael Lindsay shot with Vital. Really fun bike. Okay, so this bike, I got a good deal on this 18 from a friend of mine who kind of had started rebuilding it, mechanic guy, and switched jobs and needed to move on. So I got a good deal on the bike, and we can always use a 125 around, and this thing is a blast. And so out there with Vital for the test, Vital MX, we had Jacob Hayes riding it that they had, and it was awesome to hear this thing screaming. We got some great GoPro footage of him ripping around Glen Helen on this thing. So as you can hear and see, this thing sounds amazing. It pulls really hard, and this thing was modified by Tom Morgan, TMR, who's been doing two-stroke work for like dang near 35, 40 years, whatever. It's like a long time. Was a Jeff Ward's mechanic back in the day and worked for a ton of top guys and really knows two-strokes. And he's back in Wisconsin. He modified the cylinder and head for us to the Wiseco piston. And this thing rips. We rebuilt the bottom end because it was older, so we want to make sure it was rebuilt. Landry Langston rebuilds the cranks for us with Pro X rod kit, Pro X main bearings, and just rebuilt this thing. Pretty simple Cometic gaskets. So just did a real simple rebuild of the bottom end. And when we're doing that, we also had the Recluse torque drive clutch, which is, a lot of people think of Recluse as only being auto clutches, and that's what they're known for, kind of like the word ketchup. You're just used to Recluse. Everybody says, you got a Recluse in there. Well, yeah. But maybe not what you're thinking. You're thinking it's an auto clutch. And so the torque drive has additional plates that are thinner, so it gets a lot more durability and a really good, the reason they call it torque drive is kind of gives a really good hookup coming out. And I've been really impressed with these things and the durability. So with the engine, the other mod would be a V-Force reed cage. And then the stock Mikuni carburetor was kind of not great on these bikes. So we went with the Kian from JD with their JD jetting kit in there, and the thing really rips. Then working around the engine, the radiators were in good shape, so we just got them strengthened up by ICW in North Carolina, straightened those up, got them all gusseted. And then the suspension, even Jacob Hayes really liked the suspension on this thing, and it had a spring conversion done to the forks from Racetech. And we're not a huge fan of the air forks. This spring conversion we feel like is a good compromise. It's not as high a dollar as maybe the KYB conversion or getting it direct from WP. So this is it's the lowest cost, really good option for a spring conversion for your bike, is this single spring one from Racetech. Of course, I failed to mention that great sound is that FMF Shorty with the FMF fatty exhaust. Really good. We had good stock wheels on here with our Dunlop MX33 tires, Pro X chain and sprockets. We have our Works connection bits with our chain blocks and brake caps. Always good pieces. Scar foot pegs for a good footprint there. So Decal Works made us these great graphics. Really cool look all on this UFO plastic, all white, red and white graphics, custom. And then Moto Seat, Travis made us up a cool seat to match. Really looks and feels good. We also have a CV4 radiator cap from Wiseco, high temp cap. And those are really good for kind of keeping that heat in. We run some C12 in this thing, and it's a full race bike, so you're going to need to run some good gas in here to keep from detonating. As you can see here with Jacob riding, we got the ODI bend bars are the Champ bend, really nice, and of course the lock-on grips are a must, and they feel and look amazing. Of course, we have the Uni air filter, two-stage filter. We use all of our Motion Pro tools on this thing, and just a great build, really fun bike. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that look and sounds of this KTM 150. 125s, 150s are great bikes for kids coming up and beginners. I firmly believe riding a 125 before riding a 250F is a great way to start. It's what Spencer did. Feel good about that, learned a lot of skills. And even for an old guy, it's fun to go hop on one and ride one. If you can afford to have a fun bike, so to speak, a 125, 150 is the way to go. A blast to ride. Hopefully you enjoyed checking it out, and you can check out the full story on this bike at Vital MX. We'll have a link in our descriptions below. We'll have a link to that story at Vital to check out the story of the bike and their video. So really fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. See you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of cool stuff. And enjoy some more additional GoPro footage to listen and hopefully smell.
Hey, Dirt Bike TV here. Today, we're going to be talking about why we use the Onyx Off-Road app. The Onyx Off-Road app offers offline maps, which is one of the things we use every single time we go trail riding. All the trail riding we do is off the grid, which means no cell phone signal. So we're able to use the Onyx Off-Road app on our phones and to be able to not get lost and have a ride mapped out beforehand via their desktop version, and I'm able to draw out lines on the computer and plan a coherent loop that everybody can have fun on. Onyx Off-Road also offers open dates and public land information for those who are looking to plan out their ride best. The Elite version even has ownership information and property boundaries. The features on the Onyx Off-Road app are pretty much endless. You can import old KML and GPX files, and you can even see fire information in real time, as well as in-depth weather analysis. Try Onyx Off-Road today by heading over to the link in our link tree or going over to onyxoffroad.com and using the code DBTV1 for a 20% discount. See you out on the trail.